Now, in the year 1900, when the century changed last time, there were about 5,000 millionaires in America, virtually all of them self-made. By the year 2000, there were 5 million millionaires in America. There's 7 million millionaires in the world, and 5 million of them live in the United States. That's an increase of 1,000 times. And even though the economy goes up and down at times, there are still people becoming millionaires at a more rapid rate today than ever before. And the reason is because more and more of them are learning how. They're learning how others did it, and they're doing the same thing over and over. Now, here's a rule for you. If you do what other successful people do, in this case millionaires, nothing in the world can stop you from getting the same results they do eventually, as long as you keep on keeping on. However, the flip side is equally true. If you don't do what self-made millionaires do, then nothing in the world can help you to become financially independent. So your job, my job, our goal today is for you to get onto the fast track in your life by learning how people become self-made millionaires. So, there are more opportunities for more people to become millionaires in the years ahead than ever before. The United States has just been awarded, if you like, the designation as the most entrepreneurial country in the world. It is more possible to create wealth here in the U.S. than it is anywhere else in the world or than it has ever been before. So here's some of the basic rules for becoming a millionaire. Remember, if you break the basic rules, it's very, very hard for you to succeed in any field. So number one, spend less than you earn. This is the foundation of The Richest Man in Babylon, perhaps the most successful best-selling book on financial independence. Spend less than you earn and save and invest the balance. In other words, live on less than you're bringing in. W. Clement Stone once said, "If you cannot save money, then the seeds of greatness are not in you." In other words, if you don't have the overall discipline to spend less than you earn, then you probably can't accomplish much else in life as well. So here's the rule. Save $100 a month. Now, if you save $100 a month and you invest it carefully in a well-chosen mutual fund, and it grows at an average of 10% per annum, from the age of 20 to the age of 65, you will be worth $1,118,000. Now imagine that. What that means, and by the way, there's lots of studies that verify this, what that means is that every single person starting work today, if they saved $100 per month and lived on the balance, could become a millionaire. There was a great study completed in Washington some years ago called 100 Million Millionaires, ? And what they did is said, yes, everybody could become a millionaire in that you could have assets worth $1 million when you're retired and be financially independent, and you would own it all. Of course, the study was buried because the government wants you to be dependent upon them rather than to be independent. So it's possible for everyone to do it if you start early enough, save steadily and consistently enough, and don't spend the money. So here's the second basic rule for becoming a millionaire, is pay yourself first. Now this is one of the most important of all rules. Most people save what they have left over. People who become wealthy save the money before they spend anything else. They save off the top of every paycheck. In other words, if they make $1,000 a month, they save 10% or more. They take $100 off the top, and they only spend the $900. The average person takes the $1,000 and they spend everything they can, and if they have anything left over, they put it in the bank, usually only for a short while. Now, most people say, well, I can't save 10% of my income. If you knew how many bills I had and so on, and I understand because I've been there. So here's the rule. It's the trick. Start with 1% saving and live on the other 99%. Now, this is really important. If you're making $2,000 a month, you can save $20 a month. That's 66 cents a day. And what you do is, at the end of each month, take down and put $20 in your bank account. Save 1% off the top and live on the other 99%. Now, here's a secret. Human beings are creatures of habit. Not a secret, but what it means is if you get comfortable living on 99% of your income, you know what will happen? Is pretty soon you can increase your savings from 1% to 2%. And then from 2% to 3%. Within a year, you'll be at 10%. Within 2 years, at 20%. Within 3 years, at 30% or more. And the most amazing things will happen. First of all, your debts will start to all go away like ice melts in the spring. Somehow you become more intelligent about money. You start to save your money, put it away, liquidate your debts. You start to be more thoughtful in every expenditure. Then, not only that, you begin to be paid more. You begin to earn more money because you're a different person, and you increase your savings rate at the same time. Within 2 or 3 years, You'll be saving 20-30% of your income. You'll have several $1,000s in the bank. Now you start to get smart about investing. And it all happens in sequence, and it happens with you living on less than you earn. A very wealthy man once told me, he said, Brian, he said, remember this, it's not how much you earn, but how much you keep that counts. A lot of people earn a lot of money, but they spend every penny of it and a little bit more besides. Smart people look upon themselves in terms of success and say, how much am I keeping, not how much am I earning? So here's some of the rules. First of all, delay and procrastinate on every major expenditure. Many major expenditures, whether it's a car, furniture, stereo set, vacation, many major expenditures, if you give yourself 30 days to think about them before you engage in them, you'll either not buy them at all or you'll make a much better buying decision. Second rule, never buy new when you can buy used. Self-made millionaires are incredibly good at buying used things. Here's a rule. Self-made millionaires, according to the research amongst thousands and tens of thousands of them, never buy new cars. People who are poor buy new cars, and as soon as you drive a new car off the lot, it drops in value by 20-25%. So self-made millionaires wait for 2 years, the magic time, when the car is still on warranty. Then they go out and they buy high-quality cars that are 2 years old, and they save themselves several $1,000s. And what do you think they do with that several $1,000s? That's right. They invest it so it grows and grows. And over time, just the amount you save by buying and driving used cars will be enough to make you financially independent, or at least help you quite a bit. So the rule is count your pennies and the dollars will take care of themselves. Now let's talk about wealth. All wealth comes from adding value in some way. The biggest problems in our society today are people who are envious of others who have more money, but they are not willing to do the things and become the person to add more value. The secret to success, the secret to getting a job, keeping a job, getting paid more, getting promoted faster, you should always think in terms of adding value, of being worth more than they're paying you. So, one of the ways that you add value is by doing more important things. Of all the things that you do at work, you should ask yourself, if I could only do one thing all day long, what is it that I do that adds the most value? And see if you can't organize your life so you're doing more of that on a regular basis. A second way you add value is by doing things faster, by doing things cheaper, by doing things better or of higher quality. You add value by reducing the costs of getting something done for yourself, your company, or your customers. Ross Perot, who you know became one of the richest men in the world, came up with a simple formula. He would operate people's data processing systems and save them money over their current costs and split the profits with them. And that was his whole business. And he went in and became so efficient at operating data services that he could actually save his customers money and make money for himself. He became one of the richest men in the world by finding ways to reduce costs. You can increase convenience for your customers by making it easier for them to buy and use your product. And you can increase the quality and keep the price. All ways of adding value. You also add value by giving people more of what they want and need at prices they're willing and able to pay. This is basically the secret of business. Find out what people want and need, and then give it to them, and give it to them really well at prices they're willing to pay.